program brought to you in part by Abbey Executive Suites, 123 Employee, Standard Supply, and SEO 411. Going to go to our next guest with a company called Warp9 Inc. And I've been looking forward to this interview with Andrew Van Noy. How are you, sir? Tell us a little bit about yourself and your company.
Thanks, Kevin. I'm doing great. Yeah, my name's Andrew. I'm the CEO of Warp9. Warp9 is a publicly traded mobile e-commerce solutions provider. We're actually aiming to be the largest and most powerful mobile commerce solutions provider on the Magento open source e-commerce platform. If you guys don't know about Magento, Magento is the fastest growing e-commerce platform in the world and powers over 240,000 e-commerce websites. So we are the leading mobile e-commerce solutions provider on that platform.
Very interesting. You know what's interesting about it is I never heard of this before a month ago, and now this is my second interview with a company that specializes in this in the last month. It almost has, and I'm seeing it in articles now with great frequency. It almost has the same sense as the use of the word cloud 6 or 7 years ago. Then all of a sudden, cloud became a standard. Almost everyone knew what the cloud stood for. May not have that kind of reach just because of, who will be interested in what you do, but it's incredible how much traction this is getting.
Yeah, it's funny. Most people will never know what type of technology powers a website. If you're a consumer and you're shopping online, you could care less about the technology. You just want to work well, work fast, and give you what you want. But behind the scenes, companies like Nike, Vizio, Upper Deck. I mean, there's tons of companies that actually use the Magento platform. So although you might not know that's what you're on, that's what you're actually on. And there's a lot of reasons why merchants use that platform. It's very scalable. It's very robust. It's open source, as I mentioned. So there's a community of thousands of developers around the world constantly improving upon the technology, making it better. And there's and actually just behind IBM and Oracle, Magento powers more Fortune 500 websites than any other platform. So it is growing. It's becoming one of the next greatest things in e-commerce.
Very good, very good. What would you say makes this different from the competition out there, Magento?
Well, how Warp9 is focusing on Magento specifically and how that differs from other technologies is the ability to offer mobile e-commerce. Mobile has absolutely revolutionized how consumers consume content, make purchasing decisions, shop online. And with the ability of mobile, merchants can actually interact and stay connected to their customers, everywhere they go. I think it's not going to be surprising that I think something like 75% of all mobile users admitted to shopping online in the bathroom. So you can't get any type of better engagement with your customer than that. So,
you certainly can get a cleaner form of engagement with your client, but it's pretty bizarre what we're seeing. I think you're absolutely right. I think people have a lot of separation anxiety when it comes to them and their technology.
Absolutely. I mean, you try to go a day without your mobile phone with you, and you will. You'll have anxiety, and you'll just be afraid of who you missed or what you didn't get. But what Warp9 does is we mobilize Magento merchants' websites. What we do is we build a mobile-specific user interface that's very clean, very elegant. It takes only a few short weeks, and can start as low as like $5,000. And why this is revolutionary for this industry is the only other way really to build a mobile website on Magento is to totally rebuild the desktop site, which can be like a 6 to 9 month process, can cost hundreds of thousands of dollars. So Warp9's developed a product that allows these Magento merchants, as I said, for as low as $5,000 in like 1 or 2 weeks, to have a mobile website. I mean, it is phenomenal. We're having a huge response. People are clamoring to get this product, especially up before the holidays. So it's been a really exciting time for us at Warp9, helping our customers go mobile.
What's the size range of the businesses that you typically work with?
Yeah, that's a great question. The interesting thing about Magento is it can work for a startup and it can power Fortune 500 websites. We have a few startups, but really we play in 10 million a year plus. So I mean, you could call that still small to mid-size. We have a customer that does a couple hundred million. A couple customers that do a couple hundred million. But really, it's for the mid-size businesses. That's kind of where our sweet spot is.
Yeah. And so a large business would be one that does a couple hundred million, which is still in the mid-market footprint.
Yeah, once they get a couple hundred high, 300-400 million, then there's, definitely considered the, large market for us. But in between that, you could do, multiple millions a year online, and that's still considered mid-market. And what's amazing is there's a giant market in that mid-market. There's just so many companies that do that, which is surprising. So we have definitely found that niche with them, and they love our work, and we enjoy working with them.
So how old is the company, by the way?
Yeah, great question. We actually were founded in 1998. So we've been around since, e-commerce was invented, essentially, and we're headquartered in sunny Santa Barbara, California, although today isn't very sunny. But, we have great talent in this area that we're able to pull from, and people are calling Santa Barbara the next Silicon Beach. So it's a great location for tech startups and tech companies.
And how many employees does your company have?
In our main office here, we have about 11 employees. But we have teams around the world. We have employees down in San Diego. We have them, Denver, and we have a couple teams in overseas as well. So Santa Barbara, unfortunately, is expensive. So we've been able to pool our resources, remote locations or other office locations. So we probably have a team of about 50 when it combines everyone around the world.
Very good. Any final thoughts before I let you go?
Yeah, well, what's amazing is mobile is not leaving. It's going to completely change. Again, it already has changed, and it will continue to change how we interact with, online surfing. And it's a great time for Warp 9. It's a great time for our customers. It's a great time for our investors. We trade under the symbol WNYN. And we've seen some exciting things happen, and Warp Mobile is our mobile product, and it's going to continue to revolutionize how we're able to deliver mobile to our customers. So,
yep, very good, very good. By the way, what percentage of those, what percentage of e-commerce is happening on their phone versus on their computer, on their laptops?
Yeah, our data shows that it's anywhere from 30 to 50%. So
30 to 50?
It's crazy. It's about 30, on average, 35% of all internet traffic's coming from mobile. And, we've seen, we have customers, 51% of all of our traffic's coming from mobile. So it ranges anywhere in that range. So you can't mess with it. I mean, it's there. People are looking at it from their smartphones.
Andrew Van Noy, he's our guest today, and thanks so much for being with us.
Yeah, no problem. Love to catch back up as things continue to progress, and I appreciate you having me.
Thanks so much. We'll make back much more for you. Do want to remind you, best content here shows up over there at usdailyreview.com. And while there, make sure you like it on Facebook, follow it on Twitter. I'm Kevin Price. You're listening to The Price of Business.